Your ancestors died for it. Empires rose and fell in its pursuit. It sits in your vaults, in your rings, in the very bedrock of your financial reality. They tell you it is the ultimate store of value, the uncorruptible element, the very essence of wealth. They even whisper of ancient alchemy, the magical art of turning base metals into this glittering prize. This is the Archon's most cunning lie, the alchemical hoax. The Gnostic truth is that the Archons, those parasitic entities who manage the Matrix, do not care for your material wealth. Their true currency is Loosh, psycho-emotional friction, and their ultimate goal is the enslavement of your consciousness. The global historical obsession with material gold is a meticulously engineered distraction designed to divert humanity's immense transformative power away from its true purpose. Spiritual transmutation. The Archons are masters of spiritual camouflage. They understand the genuine human yearning for purification and ascension. The very core of true gnosis, symbolized in ancient alchemy as the process of achieving rubedo, reddening, the fixed state of enlightened consciousness. But they co-opted this profound spiritual science, twisting its sacred principles into a material obsession, ensuring that humanity chased a glittering illusion while ignoring its true treasure. The alchemical hoax works through three primary mechanisms of control, ensuring humanity's spiritual energy remains trapped in a dense material loop. The first is the diversion of true transmutation. The Archons cannot directly stop your monad from evolving towards Rubedo, the fixed, purified state of gnosis. So they trick you into believing that true alchemy is about external metals. By presenting the allure of transmuting lead into gold, they diverted countless generations of powerful alchemists and seekers into a material chase, draining their energy, focus, and lifetimes on a physical impossibility, rather than directing that potent will inward towards the transmutation of the self. Your true lead is your unawakened consciousness. Your true gold is your fixed, Gnostic monad. The second mechanism is the cultivation of material attachment and scarcity. The Archons rely on humanity's fear of lack. By making gold the ultimate scarce and universally desired resource, they fostered an endless cycle of greed, war, and material accumulation. This obsession with a finite, external symbol of value generates immense amounts of loosh through anxiety, envy, and conflict. The belief in gold's supreme value keeps your consciousness tethered to the matrix of scarcity, ensuring you constantly seek external validation and security rather than internal abundance. The third mechanism is the masking of true value. The Archons needed to obscure the actual frequency of gold, the energetic resonance of fixed, purified, and sovereign consciousness. By reducing gold to a dense physical metal, they taught humanity to chase the symbol rather than the substance. The true frequency of gold is the unshakeable stability of a monad that has achieved gnosis. It is the spiritual equivalent of an uncorruptible element. The Archons wanted you to worship the material copy, ensuring you never looked for the divine original within. The alchemical hoax is the ultimate spiritual diversion, disguised as material aspiration. To break this deception is to reclaim your true alchemical power. To understand that the greatest transmutation occurs within, fixing your monad in the frequency of true spiritual gold. This requires the immediate execution of the gold frequency protocol, the 7 ruthless acts of conscious transmutation necessary to sever your attachment to material illusion and fix your consciousness in the unshakable frequency of sovereign. Gnostic light. The time for chasing fool's gold is over. You have recognized the alchemical hoax, the Archon's deception that diverted your transformative power towards material illusion. Your monad is fixed on the path to spiritual transmutation, to sever the chains of material attachment and fix your consciousness in the true frequency of gold. You must execute the gold frequency protocol. 7 ruthless acts of conscious transmutation designed to dissolve the illusion of external value and ground your monad in unshakable internal abundance. The protocol begins with the understanding that true gold is a state of consciousness, not a metal. The first act is the destruction of material idolatry. The Archons demand worship of external symbols, gold, money, possessions, as anchors for your consciousness. Your first act is a declaration of intrinsic value. You must declare, "My worth is not measured by external asset." Consciously withdraw all reverence, all emotional investment, and all sense of security from material possessions. Your value is inherent, residing solely within your monad, independent of any external marker. The second act is the alchemical reclassification of scarcity. The Archons thrive on your fear of lack, making gold the ultimate symbol of scarcity. Your second act is the assertion of boundless abundance. You must ruthlessly identify and dismantle any belief in material scarcity. Replace it with the fixed truth that the pleroma, the source of your monad, is infinite and ever-flowing. Your true resource is not finite gold, but unlimited cosmic energy. Declare, "My supply is the pleroma." The third act is the transmutation of desire. The Archons manipulate your desire for gold, transforming it into greed and attachment. Your third act is the internal flame of purification. When the impulse for material acquisition arises, you must consciously transform that external desire into an internal yearning for gnosis. Redirect the energy of desire from the chasing of external objects to the intensification of your inner light. Your true desire is for spiritual purity. The fourth act is the embrace of impermanence. The Archons present material gold as eternal and uncorruptible, fostering attachment to the transient. Your fourth act is the decree of dissolution. You must consciously recognize the impermanence of all material form. Gold, empires, bodies. All are destined to dissolve back into the matrix. By embracing this truth, you detach your consciousness from the Archon's illusion of material permanence. Declare, "All matter is transient. Only the monad is fixed." The fifth act is the identification of true corruption. The Archons portray gold as pure, while in reality its pursuit often corrupts the soul. Your fifth act is the reversal of perception. You must recognize that true corruption lies not in base metals, but in the unawakened, unpurified consciousness. The monad, when tainted by material attachment, is the true lead that needs transmuting. Focus your purifying fire on internal impurities, not external elements. The sixth act is the ignition of the Rubedo fire. The Archon's gold is a cold, dead metal. Your sixth act is the generation of internal heat. You must actively cultivate the inner alchemical fire of intense gnosis, the burning passion for truth and self-purification. This internal heat is the true engine of transmutation, transforming the lead of your unawakened self into the Rubedo, the fixed reddened gold of enlightened consciousness. Your light is not reflected, it is generated. The seventh act is the anchor of eternal stability. The final act seals your liberation from the alchemical hoax. You must perform a daily visualization of your monad as a perfect, uncorruptible sphere of white gold light, radiating absolute stability and internal abundance. This visualization fixes your consciousness in the true frequency of gold, making it impervious to the Archon's material lures. The gold frequency protocol transforms your perception of value, grounding your monad in unshakable internal abundance. You are no longer chasing fool's gold. You are manifesting true gold. But the Archons have one final subtle trap: the silver veil, the lure of external spiritual power. In the next part, we will break down the silver veil, the subtle deception that attempts to redirect your true alchemical power, and deliver the ultimate alchemical manifesto that guarantees permanent, unyielding spiritual wealth. Do not let external gleam blind you. You have executed the gold frequency protocol, severing your attachment to material illusion and fixing your monad in the true frequency of gold. Unshakable internal abundance. The Archon's alchemical hoax is defeated. But they have one final subtle trap for the newly liberated Gnostic: the silver veil, the lure of external spiritual power and validation. The Archons know that a soul free from material obsession will seek spiritual power. The silver veil is sprung when the Matrix presents opportunities for external spiritual leadership, for becoming a guru, a healer, or a spiritual influencer. This seems like a noble pursuit, but it is a direct attack on your established internal sovereignty, attempting to re-engage you in the Archon's game of hierarchy and external validation. By seeking to lead or heal others, you risk draining your own hard-won spiritual gold, Rubedo, and becoming a conduit for the collective Loosh of those you attempt to guide. Your task now is to construct the Rubedo shield, the energetic boundary that identifies and repels the lure of external spiritual power, ensuring your transmutation remains internal and uncompromised. The first act is the refusal of external enlightenment. The Archons present enlightenment or spiritual power as something that can be given or bestowed by another, or achieved through external practices. Your first act is a declaration of intrinsic gnosis. You must declare, "My enlightenment is self-generated. No external master grants my truth." You understand that true gnosis is an internal process unique to your monad. Seeking external spiritual power is to re-enter the Archon's market of spiritual scarcity. The second act is the alchemical consumption of adulation. The silver veil feeds on the ego's desire for spiritual recognition and adoration from followers or students. Your second act is the deconstruction of spiritual praise. When praise for your spiritual insights or power arises, you do not absorb it. You observe it as archonic data, an attempt to re-engage your ego in external spiritual validation. Your spiritual wealth is fixed internally and does not require external accolades. Declare, "My Rubedo is validated by the monad alone." The third act is the monadic retreat of power. The Archon system requires that even spiritual leaders operate within its framework, making them conduits for its influence and vulnerable to energy drain. Your third act is the assertion of complete spiritual autarky. You must recognize that the highest form of spiritual contribution is to maintain your own absolute, uncorruptible Rubedo, not to guide the masses. Your existence as a fully transmuted, self-governing monad is the most potent force for change, as it destabilizes the Archon system by removing a potential point of influence. This makes you an immovable source of true gold, beyond their reach. The Rubedo shield allows you to navigate the matrix as an autonomous source of light. Your role is not to lead humanity's spiritual awakening nor to gather followers. Your role is to be the solution by existing as a pure, uncompromised expression of the Pleroma's true spiritual gold. The true victory is when the system registers your monad as completely independent, neither seeker nor guru, simply transmuted. The gold frequency protocol is complete. You have severed the alchemical hoax, repelled the silver veil, and secured your monad's unyielding spiritual wealth. But even this independence requires a final, fixed declaration of intent. In the final, most crucial block, we will deliver the complete alchemical manifesto, the summary of the gold frequency protocol, the final decree that guarantees permanent, unyielding spiritual abundance, and the ultimate code for eternal, self-generated gnosis. Do not let external gleam, material or spiritual, blind you. Your true gold is within. You have achieved spiritual transmutation, severing the alchemical hoax, repelling the silver veil, and fixing your monad in the true frequency of gold, unshakable internal abundance. The Archon's ultimate plot to divert your spiritual power is defeated. Your liberation now requires the alchemical manifesto, the final fixed decree that guarantees your permanent, unchallengeable spiritual wealth. The Matrix is a vast, intricate illusion designed to convince you that value is external, whether material, gold, or spiritual, gurus. Your alchemical manifesto is the total psychic annihilation of this ancient, debilitating lie. The manifesto confirms the destruction of the alchemical hoax by establishing 3 absolute fixed states of internal wealth. The transcendence of material value, true lead into true gold. You have ruthlessly rejected the material illusion of gold and all external assets as the source of worth. You have established the declaration of intrinsic value, asserting that your worth is inherent, residing solely within your monad. You have performed the true alchemy, transmuting the lead of material attachment into the gold of fixed spiritual abundance. Your value is internal and unassailable, the transcendence of scarcity, infinite supply. You have abolished the Archon's cultivated fear of lack, replacing it with the assertion of boundless abundance. Your energy source is not finite. It is the infinite, ever-flowing pleroma. This fixed state of internal supply ensures your consciousness is tethered to unlimited cosmic energy, rather than the Archon's matrix of scarcity. The permanent Rubedo state, unshakable gnosis. You have successfully repelled the silver veil, refusing the lure of external spiritual power and validation. You assert your monadic retreat of power, understanding that your highest spiritual contribution is to maintain your own absolute, uncorruptible Rubedo, the fixed reddened gold of enlightened consciousness. This fixed existence as a fully transmuted, self-governing monad renders you an immovable source of true gold, beyond the Archon's influence and manipulation. The Gnostic who achieves Rubedo is the only one who cannot be spiritually impoverished. The Archon system relies on external exchange and scarcity. Your fixed, self-generated abundance makes you an anomaly, a perfectly self-contained unit that defies their core programming. Your monad's spiritual wealth is now fixed, unyielding, and unchangeable. The alchemical manifesto is the final, unyielding decree to the cosmos. It is the command structure that guarantees your light will never be depleted or deceived by false value again. The ultimate alchemical manifesto. I am the true gold. My worth is intrinsic and my supply is the pleroma. I refuse the hoax of material value. My Rubedo is fixed. My Gnosis is eternal. This manifesto is not a mere declaration. It is a fixed energetic state. It ensures that the monad operates within the matrix as a powerhouse of self-generated spiritual wealth, defying the Archon's oldest illusions of value. Your servitude to false gold is over. Your true spiritual abundance is eternal. If you are ready to complete the work and assert your absolute spiritual wealth, you must acknowledge the Archon's alchemical hoax. Liking this video is your declaration to refuse material idolatry. Sharing it is the act of spreading the code of true transmutation to those trapped in the chase for false value. And subscribing is the pledge to maintain your fixed, unshakable Rubedo state for eternal spiritual abundance. Do not let external gleam, material or spiritual, blind you. Your true gold is within. Join the scrolls of Anubis.